same old. Not anything new, to be honest. Streaming. That's it. Gyms are all closed. Everything's closed. So not working. Oh, you got your starting screen like this. I've seen people doing their starting screen like this. It actually looks so cool. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm, mhm. Oh, that's pretty good. It's pretty cool though. It has like that fisheye kind of effect, right? Actually, I saw other YouTubers talking about doing this kind of starting screen, student screen. The thing about mine is I'm actually literally never sitting there during the starting student screen. I'm like running around getting everything else ready. So then, oh yeah, that's Bryce. He's from my community. Hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's AKA McDowell is my mod, and Dave is another person from my
Okay.
community.
Not fair. And here we go. And yeah, oh god, welcome, welcome, welcome. That is actually really loud. That's my follow notification. Welcome everybody.
So weird.
Welcome everyone to the stream. Thank you very much for turning up. We are back with another episode of Chat with AP. This is season 2, and we are here with a very, very special guest. Her name is Wei, but I'll let her introduce herself and let her talk a little bit about herself. So feel free to take it away. Wei.
Hi everyone. My name is Xerenite, also known as Wei. Hi Hannah. Hi Mashi. Oh,
Oh,
Mashi's here too.
everyone's
Mario,
turning up.
Dave, John, Bryce, too. Thank you for joining us.
No, that's yeah. So I mean, yeah, Wei is another streamer as well. She does some other things as well, which we'll talk about as we go through the stream and talk a little bit about what she does and everything like that. But before we kind of get into all of that, how have you been keeping? So obviously it's been a really interesting time, I think, for a lot of people at the moment. Obviously over the past 5 months. So how are you keeping? How are you coping? And what has changed
Honestly,
for you?
so I normally work as an actor and a stuntwoman, full time.
Mm,
But I haven't been working since the pandemic started. So since the pandemic started, I've basically been doing nothing but streaming, and that's
yeah.
about it.
Oh.
Nothing too crazy, but it's going pretty well actually. Streaming's been a lot of fun. Met a lot of really
Mm.
amazing people. Built a really positive community. So
Yeah, no, it's awesome. It looks like some of your community has popped through again. We've got another. I might have to see if is that notification. Is that notification too loud? If yo, Mr. Fresh
actually, no,
Richie,
it's good. It's good for me. It's good for
is
me.
it okay? If let me know everyone in this. If the anything's too loud. If we're hopefully
Oh,
we're in
it's
sync as well.
follower only mode for 1 hour.
Oh, let me change that. Oh, that is let me. That is what. So the reason that was on ages ago. How do I even change that? So let me change.
Did you get botted?
No, it was no, it was more because I was playing The Last of Us. How do I take that? Oh, here we go.
Oh,
My bad. Let me take that off. Here we go. I think it should be off now. Follow only chat.
Richie, hi.
Is it off now?
Hi.
I think it's off. Let me know if it's off now. Is that better?
Bryce,
There we go. There we go. My bad. So the reason that was on is because I was playing The Last of Us and I didn't want any spoilers at all. So I was like, "There's no chance I'm having any spoilers." So I just put it on. Like I was like, "If you're following for an hour and then you decide to spoil it," I was like, "Fair enough. You deserve something." Sorry about that. So everyone's like, "What's going on?" There we go. Thank you everyone for popping in, come to say hi. Um, yeah. So I mean,
Bryce,
as you said, you work as a stuntwoman full time.
Well, I
So
used to. So I used to work in stunts. I was basically training every single day for maybe like 2, 3 hours a day.
mm,
Just because we do have to keep fit. Usually, when we get work in stunts, they don't give you a heads up. It'll be like, "Hey, can you work tomorrow,
yeah.
or for this many days, or whatever?" And I'll just be like, "Yeah, I'm good to go." And if you're available, you're available. If you say no, typically they won't call you again, so you have always generally be available and ready to work.
Okay.
Acting's a little bit different. We get calls for auditions, and typically we'll have to do auditions within 24 hours. At
Yeah.
most time I've ever had is 48 hours to prep for auditions. So it's very live as you go kind of thing, right? Like
Mm.
work as you go. You don't really know what's coming or gonna happen like within the next week.
No, I get you. There we go.
Yeah.
So I think I should have turned up Way's volume. Let me know if you can still, if you can hear her. So for Way, if you want to say too, oh, okay, it says much better. Okay, let me know if it is too quiet or anything like that, and I'll try and adjust. I say it's been, so I think the problem with not streaming for like a month and a half is I forgot everything I need to do. So I'm glad you're not here.
Oh, it's been that long. Has it been that long since you
But yeah, I think the last stream was in like June. So it was when basically The Last of Us came out, which is like June the 17th, I think, or something.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Around then, so I hadn't streamed in a while. Just taking some personal time, you know.
That's always necessary, honestly. Even for me, because when I first started streaming, I was streaming like 12-hour streams, like almost every single day. Also because the pandemic started, so there was nothing else for me to do anyway. So I was like, oh, I might as well just sit here for like 12 hours a day streaming. But then I found it was very draining. So after a while, I was like, yeah, I gotta cut down my time. And I wasn't spending time with my family. I wasn't spending time with friends, and yeah, I just started noticing a big difference. So it's good. It's streaming. Like when I first started, it was a little bit difficult for me to find a good balance. Mentally. but it's good now. It's gotten a lot better. I've had a lot of support from people. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. I think that's it. Like with streaming, as you said, like I think you have to make sure, you're in the right mindset to keep on streaming and to keep going. I think similar to when I first started, luckily I enjoyed. I was just trying to stream to understand how to stream. So I streamed the first day, I think it was like 3-4 hours. And then I end up streaming every single day for about a week and a half, just because I I enjoyed it. So I did keep on streaming and just enjoyed that. And it was really fun. But I think, as you said, you have to find the balance because it can get draining. I can only imagine if you've got lots of people in your community, lots of chat going on, even more kind of work, trying to balance everything together. So I can only imagine. But I said, I'm glad you're here. And that's actually, talking of your streams, that's, as you said, you do these really long streams. There's times when, because by the time I join the stream, it's usually quite late at my time. So I go to bed, wake up in the morning, I'm like, let me just see if she's still, and you're still live. So how,
like, still going, yeah.
It's like 8 hours. So how, I mean, okay, talking of that, like, how do you have that, how do you do that? How do you have that energy to keep going? Or is it just...
well, if I find if you enjoy the game, it doesn't, time flies. Flies. And the next thing you know, it's 12 hours. Like, oh crap, I should go to bed. Because I remember I totally destroyed my sleep. Actually, my sleep schedule's always been messed up. It's even more messed up now because I usually start it around late in the evening, and then it goes next thing you know, like the sun's up. And you're just like, oh no, oh wait, actually I should go to sleep because the sun's up right now. That's usually how it is whenever I'm streaming, especially if we're having good conversations with the community, especially if it's a really good game. But yeah. Awesome. I found that it was really draining though, because I would go to sleep when the sun comes up, and then I would wake up when the sun goes down, and it's like there was a time frame where I didn't actually see the sun for a good 2 weeks, and then my parents were like, "Are you sure that you're okay with this?" Because I live with my parents, and they're always kind of watching out for me. They're like, "You haven't been outside. Go get some vitamin D."
No, definitely. I think, if you do get a chance to go outside and do what you can. But yeah, I think as long as you said, as long as you enjoy it and as long as you're healthy, whether that's mentally or physically, I think then that's the best. That's the best hit. But yeah, no, thank you everybody who's here in the stream. Thank you very much for the follows. Thank you very much for popping in. I said, so I didn't even, my name's Ashley. You can feel free to call me AP. And yeah, I said I'm here with Wei, just chatting with her and seeing what's good.
Didn't he have like the most soothing voice, guys? Does he not have like the most soothing accent and voice?
But I don't know how to. I can't take compliments very well. I'm trying to. Actually, no. Thank you very much. I'm learning to take them better. So I'll say thank you very much. No, so
right, Richie, right, exactly.
Like for the longest time I've hated my voice because my voice. Yeah, because so my voice is really distinctive, but I didn't realize that was the case. So growing up in school, my voice was like this by the age I was about 12. So imagine being in the class. Anytime I say a word, like the whole class is talking, I make one word and I actually stop talking. I'm like, Miss, Leslie's been talking for the past half an hour. I've said one word. And I'm like, what is going on? So there's been that, which has been like annoying, not being able to like. it always feels like my voice is picked on, and then I've got
Really?
and my voice is
No
quite
way. Look
deep.
at chat. Look at the energy you're getting from chat right
No,
now. Come on.
thank you. No, it's mad because it's my so I imagine okay, my voice is deep and I mumble a lot as well. So everyone always says like, yeah, it's just been a bit mad. But no, thank you very much, Ashley. Welcome in. Yeah, first, thank you all for popping in and thank you very much for the love. I appreciate that. I would have to do something. If I do something with my voiceover or something, you'll see it's like sponsored by Way or something. That's it. Just
What? No.
let's try and get no. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. But bringing it back to you as you are the guest here today. So I was gonna say I wanted to ask you a little bit about yourself. Like, what kind of like movies you're into? Are you watching any series at the moment? Like, what's
Oh, do you mean as in watching or when I was working?
Watching rather?
Oh, watching.
Like, what do you,
So
or do you watch films? I guess.
honestly, typically I watch anime.
Yes.
I watch mostly anime. I haven't been really keeping up with my most recent updates with anime just because I've been really busy with working on stream.
Okay.
But mostly anime. I don't really watch too many Netflix series. I mean, like I did watch a couple things here and there, but it wasn't as like I don't know what's the word for it. It wasn't. I didn't zone into it as much as I did for anime. Let's just say.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of things are really inspiring.
Yeah. What's your
but
anime?
But I do watch.
Go on.
Okay, go ahead.
I was gonna say, what's your anime of choice? So, what kind of anime are you into at the moment? Oh.
My favorite anime of all time, and it still is probably Full Metal Alchemist. Brotherhood is still probably one of my favorite animes.
Yes.
I really like One Piece.
Like
I watched Demon Slayer recently. I really like Demon Slayer. I also really like ReZero. There's like a lot. There's a big list of animes I really like, but yeah, my favorite is probably still Full Metal Alchemist.
Yes, I think I think to me, I tell anyone who's looking to get into anime, yeah, Full Metal Alchemist is the one to watch because it's one, it's complete, so you can watch the whole thing through and not have to wait for anything. Also, mate, Full Metal Alchemist is the jam. Like it's got everything you need in. It's got absolutely everything, and I love it. So yeah, are you watching any new anime at the moment, or?
Right now I haven't been. The newest one I watched was actually Demon Slayer.
Okay. So I need to watch Demon Slayer.
Richie? Dipping in and out. Is it noise reduction?
Oh.
I don't know. Is it dipping in and out? Or can you hear me clearly?
I can hear you. Let me... Is it dipping in and out? Here we go. There's heavy noise reduction going on. Is it on my side? Is it maybe on...
Turn up. Is it on my side? I can turn up my gain.
That's true.
Maybe that's...
I think...
Maybe that'll help.
Okay, let me know if it changes. When we hear you, it's like great level. Okay, is it going down? Your noise gate reduction. So I don't think there should be one on my side. Let me check my filters. Yeah, there shouldn't be a noise. There's not a noise gate on what will come through from Way. Or at least there shouldn't be.
Okay.
But I will try and edit.
It's good to know. Okay, it's good now.
Okay.
Good now. Yeah. Hello. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it seems okay. Let me know if it keeps going. Give us ASMR. Oh my good god.
Pineapples.
Ooh. Mate, pineapples, mate. That's my safe word, you know. That's anyway. Moving swiftly on. Yeah, I don't know where I was going now. Yeah, movies, films. But yeah, anime is I love anime. Actually, okay. Do you consider Avatar: The Last Airbender an anime?
It's kind of a weird place to be. I'll be really honest. I watched it on and off with my mom, but I never really got into it. I never got into it. Like my mom. Actually, fun fact. My mom actually watches more anime than I do. So typically, if I'm watching something, she'll come in and she'll tell me something like, "Hey, oh, you're watching this one. By the way, that guy dies." And I was like, whoa. 1 second. I would follow. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Oh wow. But it's literally like Full Metal Alchemist. Yeah, Full Metal Alchemist. The Last Airbender is one of, and it's not an anime. I still call it an anime. I say it is because of how it's clearly like inspired by the anime style and everything. Even like the fight styles. I think they've got like 4 different like so as you probably know, we've got also earth, fire, water, air. I think water uses like Tai Chi. It's what is it? Is it a circle? I thought it's like the circle fighting for like the airbenders. And it's like 2 different forms of kung fu for the earthbenders and the firebenders. And each like nation, I think it's based mainly on like Asian culture. So I think it's purely like anime inspired, even though it's technically like an American.
Oh, definitely. I mean, the drawings are definitely anime
That's
inspired.
So I say, but yeah,
And yeah,
if
the fighting styles definitely.
Mm.
The fighting styles I actually all learn in real life, so I'm aware of all the fighting styles in the anime.
Well, yeah, you should tell us about the fighting because you know all about it. Thank you very much, Miss T, for coming through. Yeah, okay, so coming on to you, obviously being a stunt woman, like what kind of fighting? Well, tell us about it. What kind of fighting do you get into? Like, how did you get into being a stunt woman? Like, what's it like?
So when I was a kid, I used to watch a lot of Jet Li movies, a lot of Jackie Chan movies. My parents basically would be watching all those really old school kung fu movies. You know, the ones with the guys that have like the monks, like the monk hairstyles where they would have like a patch of hair and like a long braid at the back. So basically, I was always watching these TV shows as a kid. And funny story, I used to always tell my mom that I wanted to learn martial arts. And there was this one time she actually told me well, my parents always, you know, okay, so obviously I'm Asian, of course I'm Asian. Every Asian parent wants their kid to be good at math. Always, that's just how it is. They always want their kid to be good at math, so they tried to put me into math camp. But the funny thing is, the guy that actually ran the math camp knew a martial arts school and recommended me to a martial arts school. He's like, hey, you want to join this school? You know what, like, hey, you're a cute kid, I'll pay for your uniform, I'll pay for your first 3 months, you can go and try it out for fun. And then since then I just basically never stopped. And that was when I was 8 years old, so it's been quite a long ride now. So I've been doing martial arts since I was 8. Since I started doing stunts, I also picked up a lot of different styles of martial arts, just because you want to expand as much of your knowledge of fighting styles as you can, right? So, that's basically it. Used to do a lot of, I still do also represent Canada in international tournaments.
Oh, okay.
I've been on the national team since 2000 and I can't remember.
Okay.
A long time ago. Early 2000s. I've been part of the national team.
So what do you compete in terms of, like, say if you're part, is it all different types of tournament, or is it like, what's
oh, my voice is dipping out again,
is it dipping?
Hello,
is it the mic? Maybe it's the mic. Can you move the mic? Should you move it closer? Or it should be. I don't know if it's something. But then actually, if it's not, the mic is picking up Way's voice all the time. It is indeed.
Is it the mic though?
Put the mic closer.
Picking up Way's voice.
Unless it's coming. Let me try and turn you up at least.
I usually don't talk this close to my mic, so it's like I'm just gonna go like, oh, go switch my mic like this. Listen to you.
Well, hopefully, let me know. Is it terrible? Okay, let me know in the chat if it is if you can't hear at all. Or let me know if it might be.
Sorry, guys, this is also my first time using Zoom,
or something. So it should be okay. But I'm trying to check what the is. It audio settings? Let me see if there's anything on my side. Got recording profile test.
Hello.
Ooh.
Is that better for me?
I mean, it's loud. I can hear you, but I guess it's a chat more so. Can you not hear? Stay closer to the mic. Okay.
Oh.
And Fresh Richie might come through with
super close to my mic.
Yeah, I was gonna. That's it. Zoom setting. Yeah, it might be the setting. I don't know. Potentially, there might be something in there. I'm checking my side. I can't see. Yeah, where's my output level? Yeah, I don't.
Is that good? I'm assuming I'm a lot louder now.
Yeah,
I'm guessing. I should be a lot louder now.
Yeah, can you not hear? Is that all good? As in, adjust audio automatically. It shouldn't be adjust. Where's that from? This is some. Oh wait, hold. Automatically. Let me see. No, that's. I can't see any automatically. Let me just go to advanced. Let me see if that. I'll suppress specific. Oh, maybe this might be. Let me just disable everything then. Here we go. Echo cancellation. Okay. This. That's on auto. Suppress. Okay, that should hopefully. Maybe that might be better. Can you not still hear us? Yeah.
Hello.
I've tried to turn off anything that's like adjusting sound, so hopefully it will continue. Let me know if there's a problem, and we'll mix it up and do something. But
like ice ASMR. ASMR with my ice.
Wait, just get some water.
Oh, there we go.
It's turned into some new. Yeah, ASMR. Well, yeah, I like. Actually, there's some nice ASMR which is actually just quite chilled when I'm watching. Here we go. Audio, microphone. Wait, settings. Hold on. Maybe yeah. So audio settings. Microphone.
Oh, on my computer. Wait.
On
So
ways.
do it
Okay.
on my settings? Okay. Settings, audio,
Oh yeah.
microphone,
Nothing at the bottom.
Oh yeah, the automatic thing is unchecked now, yes.
Yeah. I think you're
Yeah, it's
under
unchecked.
advanced. Okay. This should be okay.
When it goes into red. Yeah, so it's not it's no longer automatic. Should that volume be it should be maxed, right? I think.
I think so. Yeah, pretty much near max, I think.
Okay.
So that should be okay.
Okay.
Let me know if you can hear us.
I can get rid of my background noise. Suppress background noise.
Mine, I had that. I think mine was on auto, but I've disabled it, hopefully to get you to make sure that it doesn't affect you. But I don't know if.
Okay, let's try that. Let's try these settings and see if it's better. Okay. I'm also talking with my face right beside my mic now.
That's
so
it. It's very close.
This is new. This is new. I feel like I'm leaning over and whispering into someone's ears.
Whisper sweet nothings.
Yeah, sweet nothings.
No, we love it. Maybe filter away. Maybe it should be okay because if anything's coming, but even
filter shouldn't affect it.
Yeah, because if anything, I've got a filter on my microphone, but not on.
Sounds like I'm in a bottle. Really?
It sounds like you're in a bottle. I think it's probably because you're just close. Maybe that's the only. But I think we try to. You know what? We'll continue as is, and we'll see how it works out. If it's terrible, let us know as we keep going. But give us an update as we keep going through. Anyway, but yeah. So you compete for Canada. So is it with is it like a specific martial arts or like I don't know.
Have you heard of wushu before?
Yes. Isn't that a Chinese?
It's basically Chinese martial arts. I've done Tai Chi. I'm actually doing or specializing in Tai Chi now. Back then I used to specialize in broadsword and staff and hand form, something called long fist. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the terms. But yeah, I've been doing those for many years. I recently transitioned to Tai Chi in 2014.
Oh wow. Okay.
So water bending.
Yeah, literally, that's it. Literally, you're a waterbender.
I actually really wanted to audition for that part for the live. There's supposed to be a new live action coming out soon. They put out auditions, but they didn't pick me for the audition. So big sad on that.
Like, what? Don't worry about it. Look,
I was like, I don't need a stunt double. You can hire me as an actor and a stunt person. I can do my own stunts.
That's it. There we go. Save money.
The cost.
Yes. Mate, okay, we'll get everyone in the chat to start tweeting the creators, everybody. We'll get on it. We need a way in Avatar Last Airbender. No, definitely. That's awesome. So how and obviously that's you getting into obviously being a stunt woman. So do people get intimidated by that at all? Are people intimidated by you being
I don't know if I would use the word intimidated. I think I would say if anything, people are just more happy to meet me. I feel like usually when I meet people, I'm very open. Like I just say whatever. You know how I am. Like I'm just like, oh hi, and like everyone is a person at the end of the day, right? But I mean, some people might say stuff to me like, oh yeah, like you're famous and stuff. I'm like, no, I'm really not. I'm just another person. Like, not really a big actor or anything like that. I can go out in public. It's fine. And we don't have people yelling at me like, oh my God, this is so and so. No, that doesn't happen. I'm just another regular person on the street.
So have you done
trying to live?
Trying to live your best life. Live your best life. So I guess then within that, so obviously as you being a stunt woman, what is there anything that you've been in that we would like recognize or that we might not know that you were in or something like that?
I've been in a couple Netflix shows. So I've been in Dark Matter. Dark Matter is probably one of the first shows that I worked on, and probably one of the only actor roles that I was actually like noticeable in. Because it was a very small cadet role, but I had like 3 lines where like the king would talk to me and I get to talk back to the king, and I do like a little choreo with a sword. I also doubled for Ellen Wong on Dark Matter. I'm not sure if you're familiar, but she's an Asian actor. Looks about my size, but pretty cool girl. I've also doubled for Andrea Bang on Kim's Convenience. I don't know if you watch Kim's Convenience. It's another Netflix show.
I haven't watched. I don't think I've seen it.
And then I've also been on Star Trek Discovery. But Star Trek Discovery, I don't really have any lines. All I basically did was walk around a spaceship and fall on my face, and then get up and be like, "Oh, what just happened?" And then that's basically like it's not really a big deal.
Which season are you in? Is the first
one or second? I'm not sure. Okay. I'm really not sure.
I'll have to go
I just know what happens in the scene, but I'm not really supposed to say what happens.
That is fine. I will go. Yeah. Because I watched the first season a while ago.
Hi, Sparkling.
So yeah, I watched the first one a while ago, but I haven't seen the second season. So I'm gonna rewatch them all just so I can. As soon as I find you, I'll stop it.
You know
Tweet
what?
you.
I might even be just a little blurb in the background, so don't be
Hey,
surprised if you don't see me.
that is all good. I will scour Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah.
I'll scour all the shows. Actually, to be fair, that's awesome.
Oh, the only thing I tell you is that I had a blue outfit. And
Okay.
that's basically it.
Okay, fair enough. I like it. No, thank you everybody for coming through, coming to say hi. I don't know if my man Watch Aaron is in the building, so might ask him to do something in a second. Actually, I might ask Richie to do it as well if Aaron isn't around. Can I? What I'm gonna do? Rich, can I make Richie a mod? How? Do I just put mod and then you put someone's name?
Oh, Richie's getting modded.
There we go.
He got knighted. Hello.
There we go, Mr. Fresh Richie. There we go, Mr. Richie. Actually, well, I'm sure I think anyone can. Mr. Fresh Richie, can you please give a quick shout out to Way for me, please? And that's it. Aaron's out here. I don't know where he's gone. Where is Aaron? Where it might come back. But Mr. Fresh Richie, yeah, please shout out my good friend. Well, I say my good friend. You're now my good friend. You don't have a choice. Good friend Way. If you can, please, up in the chat.
Hello.
That's it. Thank you everyone for coming through. Really appreciate you lot popping in. It's been really nice. We're just chatting away, chatting with Way. Hey. I feel that in my head that rhymed, but anyway. But yeah, so obviously that's you getting to Away. Are you in the chat with your accounts? I think she might.
Oh, hello. Yes, I am. I'm right here. Right. Let me type in chat.
And there we go. Chatting away with Way.
Chatting away with Way.
Jeez. There we go.
Indeed.
That's it. We'll get that shout out for you popping. So if you do get a chance, please do give Away a quick follow.
Chatting away.
Chatting away. Yes, I love that. Check my little. There we go. Yeah, please do give her a quick follow. If you don't already, I think a lot of the people here come from Way, but anyone who hasn't followed Way, please do click on that link for me and give her a quick follow.
Thank you.
Most appreciated. But yeah, so coming back
that's
to
such a cool overlay. Whoa,
hey, mate,
pops up on screen like
it does. Yeah, mate.
That is actually so cool.
Mate, I've got the hookup. I've spent. Is that how you're rolling? Yeah, man. Bruv. That's not. It took.
Wow.
Yeah, mate. It took a little while to get it because there's a few things I'm trying to add to my stream to make it interesting, but still kind of keep it quite clean. Which I think everyone's had. Like, I think everyone starts off their stream just adding more things into it. It's like, yeah, I can get all this stuff in, and then it got to a point where I had too much. And then I found this like little thing at the bottom, which kind of says how many followers I have, and it kind of you'll see it move around. It says how many live viewers, and I think it says how many subs at the moment or something. And then on
pretty cool.
Yeah, so I think it's subs at the mo. And then even on the far left down here, that's like the follower train, I think. So you'll see as it says the AP, it moves up and it says the follower train, which is kind of going across that little red bar, and then the middle kind of rotates. So it's trying to get all in one little spot. And then so the shout out is coming up. Anyway, enough about me. More about Way. Thank you, Mr. Watch Aaron, with all those bits. But yeah, so how long have you been a gamer, Way? So how long have you been gaming? What's like your first?
I've been playing games, and this is gonna be a giveaway for my age, but I've been playing games. My very first game ever that I played, like I used to watch my sister play console games when because I have an older sister. She's about 4 years older than me. The first game I've ever watched her play, actually, what is the first game? I don't even remember. First game I personally played was Final Fantasy VII. That was the very, very first game, like the original Final Fantasy VII on PlayStation 1. That was my very first game. And since then, I've mostly played RPGs. In high school, I played a lot of FPS games. I played a lot of RO, Ragnarok Online. I don't know if you guys know what Ragnarok Online is.
So I've heard of it. I've never played it.
MMORPG, basically one of those grindy games. You level up, you get gear, you go PvP. It's a players versus everyone kind of MMO, but it's fun. It's like a little cutesy 2D animation kind of thing. But yeah, that took over my life for like a good chunk of my life, chunk of university and high school. And then I actually built my PC in January this year. So PC gaming is actually fairly new to me. Like the recent PC gaming, before that, I used to actually go to net cafes and play at net cafes with friends. Yeah, but other than that, I mostly played on PlayStation games. RPGs are my jam. Like Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy games are all my thing.
I love that. But that's the thing. Like, yeah, well, people talk about the Atari as well. I think we had like a Commodore 64. But I think because like my brother, no, it was a brother, it was my uncle's or someone's. But yeah, like RPG games. So the problem that I found with Final Fantasy, so the first Final Fantasy game I played was Crisis Core. I think was it Crisis Core? Yeah, on the PSP, like the prequel to 7. Then I watched Advent Children, but never played 7, and I still haven't played 7. Actually,
you haven't played 7?
I haven't.
Oh no, we need to end this interview right now.
It's like shut down.
It's actually such a good. The story is so good. You have to play it. You have to.
I want to.
And they have the remake now too. So I mean, a lot of people say like, "Oh, I gotta get into it because of the graphics and whatnot," but they have the remake, which is really good too. So
I think I definitely will. Oh, okay. That's the thing. Like, I almost feel like I want to play the original so I can get the nostalgia of playing. Oh, yo!
Oh, Richie, thank you for getting this.
Thank you. Jeez.
It's embarrassing. That should be something.
Thank you very much for the sub. No, it's okay. Thank you,
Richie. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fresh Richie out here. Jeez, man, out here doing the most.
Pikachu. That Pikachu emo.
Oh yeah, the Pikachu's coming through. Yes, me the Pikachu's.
Ash has like the cutest Pikachu emotes.
Literally, all I've got is these Pikachu's. So drop them in so people can see. These are my little Pikachu's. I love them. Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Richie.
Thank you, Richie.
I really love that. But that's I think with Final Fantasy 7 having the remake, I definitely want to play it. But there's games like so Final Fantasy 7 and Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima is right at the top of my list of games I want to play.
Oh yeah, I've been hearing about that one. I haven't played it yet, but I heard it. I heard it was really good.
It's like a samurai. Oh, and you can play it in like black and. So I want to play it first time like not in like color. But then the second time,
play it in black and white.
In black and white, so they make it.
Why?
It's because it's meant to be like an all-time like samurai film style. So it's designed to be like this like. So there's apparently, well, I haven't played the whole thing, but in certain parts you can go into like these one-on-one duels with people. So like old school like samurai films where you literally like challenge someone to a duel, and it's kind of like quite a difficult duel. Like I think you can kill people in like one strike during these like duels. But it's designed to give that feeling of like a old samurai film, like old samurai era. Okay. So I definitely want to play it in like normal color and then play it again in black and white. Well, I say that I haven't even played the game yet. But from what I've seen and heard.
Okay.
Yeah,
samurai swords are fun in real life too. If you ever want to give it a try.
So I'm assuming you own some samurai swords.
I don't have a real one. I've only done duels with wooden swords before.
Okay.
But it is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun when you don't get hit. I can imagine. When you do get hit, it kind of hurts and stings a little bit, but yeah.
I can imagine. I can imagine. God, that's. Yeah. I've bought some samurai swords, which cost like 40 quid, so they're definitely not real samurai swords. They're just like swords that someone had. I basically just use them as an ornament. But anytime you have a house party, you have to put them away because someone always decides to get it out and start swinging it around. I'm like, that's an easy way for someone to lose an arm. So I'm like, not today.
Oh, I mean, like I've never actually held a sword that was that sharp. Even the swords that we work in the martial arts that I have, you have to be swinging it at a pretty quick speed to actually be able to cut yourself. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I've never really had a sword that sharp. It was, if anything, it's like getting hit with like a wooden stick.
I can imagine. Yeah, I think mine is I say it's sharp. It's not sharp enough probably to cut, but the point is really still quite like the very point is sharp, so you could poke someone with it, and that would just go straight in. But I shouldn't be telling people about this sword. Don't play with swords, people. Don't play with swords.
Swords are fun.
Well, yeah.
Just know what you're doing.
That's it. If you're doing some serious Tai Chi. Actually, yeah, so have you done like sword training as well? Like, is that
Hannah!
Yo?
Thank you for subscribing, Hannah.
Thank you very much. Thank you all very much for the bits and the subscription. We love that. We're on a hype train as well. I missed that completely. Thank you all very much
level 1.
For the support. Much love, much appreciation.
Very nice, very nice. Thank you, Hannah.
She's got the Pikachus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel free to spam
There's also another. She's actually one of my mods, and also another streamer too.
Oh, awesome! Oh, we love that. Oh, thank you all for coming in. Jeez, everyone's popping in today. Thank you very much.
This dude's voice, right? Epic. That's what I said.
Oh,
that's what I said. His voice is like super soothing.
Oh no! Well, that's Thank you very much. No, literally, it's one of those. And that's, to be fair, I tried to do. But I guess my own version of ASMR, but it was like I was reading a book, which I think I showed like a clip, maybe. I don't know. That's the whole thing. So maybe I'll bring it back because I wasn't sure if it was even anything
It's a good
worthwhile.
storytelling voice. It is a very good voice for storytelling.
No,
I must say.
We'll have to do it. I'll get on.
It's like one of those videos that you go and you play, and it's like, click here for a soothing story that listen to this before you go to sleep. It's like one of those stories. It's like, and you listen to this guy's voice. It's like, listen to the sound of my voice. Close your eyes, clear your mind, and only hear what I am saying to you.
I love that. I'll have to do it.
One of those. Yeah, OnlyFans. 10 out of 10 OnlyFans audiobooks.
OnlyFans. Yes. Okay, that's it. That's my niche. OnlyFans. I'll be there. Right. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh, hello.
Today, we are going to talk to you about something. I'm not sure what we're going to talk to you about.
But it will be something.
There will be something.
But it will be something.
There will be something. And I'll start whispering into it. Anyway, before this gets... No, thank you. But I think the things I like your voice as well. Like, cause
my voice, really. You know, funny story is, you remember how I told you I used to actually go to net cafes like every weekend when I was in high school and university to play games. So whenever I was at these net cafes, you know, like you would basically be at your own PC, and there's like a giant room and other PCs, and then other people are sitting in other places. I used to be honestly the biggest potty mouth when I was in high school and university whenever I played games, especially like if it was Counter-Strike, or I used to play, I played a little bit of League in net cafes, but it was a very toxic place, but in real life. So I'd be yelling across the room like, fuck you, like, piece of shit. I would just be swearing, going off, right? And people would actually be like, who's this little boy screaming from the other side of the room?
Oh my god!
Apparently, I sound like a little boy.
Oh my god! Like, please tell me you had like a really short cut or something.
No, I actually, I think my face was like probably a little bit rounder back then. My hair was still long, so I mean, my hair hasn't really changed much throughout the years.
Yeah. Oh, see, we love that.
But I used to dress more tomboyish. I used to wear like baggy clothes and like, you know, used to have like chains on like my jeans, baggy jeans, and big hoodie sweaters and stuff like that. Is how I used to dress in high school.
Oh, we love that. No, that's so good. God,
yeah, totally different look.
Yeah, I think it takes a long time, I think, for people to find their look, their niche look, like to get into it.
Well, those are embarrassing, trust me. I look back on the photos and I'm like, no. What was I thinking? What was I thinking?
Not today. No, fair enough. No, we love that. Not Story actually comes. So Not Story is a musician actually. He's talking about doing DJ drops.
Oh, nice.
He's actually got some really nice. I might later on put some of his music in. But yeah, because he came into the stream. So yeah, it's really cool. He's got. Are you going to? I think no, he wasn't. I think he was going to go on tour or something. But I think he's now dropping like an album.
Oh wow. That's awesome.
He'll link. I'm sure Not Story can link his Spotify link in the chat, and then if people want to check that out, then please do. But
you guys, that's what you call famous.
He's out here. He's out here.
He's on Spotify.
Legit. He's got music and everything. He was like, Chase, okay. No, I love his music. It's awesome. But yeah, so I mean, again, coming back to you, like, I don't know how you switch around. Always start talking about me. We'll talk about you now. So what got you into streaming, and kind of what kind of keeps you streaming and like keeps you motivated in that?
For streaming, it's kind of a weird thing because I didn't even know what Twitch was before January. Before January, I was just thinking about building a PC. My friends that I train with, like my team, I would like to say my martial arts team, who I've been training with and performing with for probably over 8 to 12 years now, in between. It depends on the people. But yeah, I've known them all for a very long time. They're all PC gamers and they all watch Twitch and everything. So they were actually saying like, you know what, like, first of all, you're a girl. Second of all, you play games. So why don't you try streaming on Twitch? And they started telling me about like how a lot of girl streamers on Twitch typically do well. And I'm just like, what is that? I don't know what that is. And they started explaining to me. I was like, okay, well, like, I wouldn't mind giving it a try because I am an actor. So the way I see this industry is kind of like, it's kind of practice for me to be comfortable in my own skin, speaking to people through the internet, which I haven't done yet. I've mostly done it through cameras and film in studios, which I am also very comfortable with. But I found like, okay, you know what? Maybe I can try this niche and see how I feel in this area, because I did always used to want to get into YouTube videos. I just kind of got lazy with the editing. So this is kind of like another area where it's like, oh, if I'm not acting and if I'm not working, I can just stream. So in a way, I'm still kind of practicing my what would you call it? My craft.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. So yeah, we tried streaming from January up until now, and it's been great. It's been really great, actually.
Awesome.
Better than I thought. I actually thought Twitch would be a very toxic place.
It's
I thought it would be like YouTube, you know, where you would see all the negative comments, the thumbs down, the like, oh, you think you're like all of this, like look at this Asian girl. Because I used to do YouTube channels too. Like I used to be on talk shows on YouTube, and it was with another a game creator, and we would basically be doing like a talk show where I would ask questions, he would answer questions in regards to the video games he was designing. But the thing is, I had no idea what he was talking about half the time. Yeah. And these comments on YouTube actually called me out on it. They actually called me out on not knowing anything. They're like, what is this Asian girl even doing here? She doesn't even know what she's talking about. I'm like, true. That is very true. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm just here because they wanted to have a younger Asian girl who kind of looks like something more interesting to look at than this older bald guy that, you know, like doesn't really take care of his body, but he's a video game creator, so you know, like that's so it was really interesting. That's what I expected Twitch to be like. I expected it to be more like, you know, this little Asian girl doesn't know how to play games, whatever. But everybody that I've been meeting on Twitch so far has been very supportive. They've been very kind. They've been teaching me how to play games. Okay. I guess that's also called backseat gaming here, but that's okay.
I remember the first I remember being in someone's stream. It was like about 2 years ago when I first kind of started to look at Twitch, and there was someone playing a game I knew, it was Metal Gear Solid, and I was like, oh, do this. And after like the third, it was my first experience on Twitch. I remember straight away someone just said, stop backseat gaming. And I'd never heard that term before, but I instantly knew what it was. I was like, oh crap. I'm literally out here like, no, go left, go right. But obviously there's like a 20-second delay anyway. So anything I said just didn't work. She was like, what do we go left? There's a wall here. I'm like, no, but it's, yeah. So I stopped doing that straight away. But I think it's as long as I said people ask, like say, oh, no, it's fine, jump in.
Honestly, I am okay with backseat gaming under one condition. And that is that it's a horror game.
Yes.
If it's a horror game, I am okay with you telling me to go left, go right, and there will be a weapon up here, or there will be an exit down here, or you are done after this section. I am okay with that.
Yes.
But if I'm playing a game I genuinely enjoy, it's a totally different story. Yeah. Don't tell me what to do.
Well, yeah, I'm exactly the same. I cannot stand scary games are not my...
I can't. I played Dark Souls 3 a couple days ago. I was scared of Dark Souls 3.
But I'm
actually terrible.
I'm the same. I do not love horror games. So everyone knows I think you saw the clip. Well, I think you saw the clip of me going mad.
I saw you playing that zombie game that I was scared of watching you play. Yeah, I forgot what the game was called.
It was it was Resident Evil Biohazard, so Resident Evil 7.
No, there was another one. There was a more 2D-ish looking one, where you were building a house or something, and they would like break down the fence. I would have been afraid of a game like that.
Yeah, just to be fair, all these games I can't.
I forgot the name of it though.
That's the thing with scary. I hate scary games. That Resident Evil clip. Yes, it's mad. I can't. So I don't understand how people. It literally enjoy. Okay, so the first time I played Resident Evil 2, because I hadn't played it properly when I was younger, because again I can't stand scary games. So I played the remake, and I got it like about a year after it came out, because I was again too scared to play it. But I thought, okay, I'll play it, and I did like a special stream. I think it was during a 24-hour stream, I think. But then I played it, and literally after playing that game, I couldn't sleep for about 2 hours because the adrenaline kept me up. I was so like under pressure, and I was like, I can't. And then just it was too much for me. Like even now thinking about it, it's getting me like my heart. I can feel my heart rate picking up. It's not.
But see, the problem with that is that's what the community genuinely enjoys watching. They enjoy watching us being tortured in fear and in agony and chaos and not sleeping. Even though they tell us to go to sleep all the time.
That's it. That's it. So look after yourself. Also, watch this thing, which is gonna scare you all day, every day. But no, that's true. I think Twitch is really. I don't know why I keep holding this thing in my hand. The Twitch is really there. It's been really supportive, and I think that's, as you said, it is a really different experience here than in other places. And even I say your community's come through and come say hi, and I think that's been absolutely amazing. So yeah, it's been great. But I didn't realize you. So obviously, I came through from Fresh Richie. Richie's the one that introduced me to you. So I didn't realize you've only been streaming from
Richie's great.
January.
Yeah. Okay. Richie's amazing. He's an amazing artist too. Go to sleep. Shut up, Archie.
He is Richie is the one. So if anyone hasn't, definitely Richie, give yourself a shout out if you get a chance, please. The man like Fresh Richie, he's actually Richie doesn't. Yeah, Richie won't tell you how amazing he is. He's far too humble for my liking.
He is. He's a super talent. Like the way I like to describe Richie is he wiggles his fingers on his keyboard and beautiful music just comes out.
That's it. That is literally.
It's like he poops out music from his fingers just by moving them.
Yeah, Richie's the one, man. Like that was it, because it was after I was gonna raid someone. He was like, oh, let's go to Way. I was like, who's Way? I was like, oh, this person. And but instead of Way, he put like Serenity in. I was like, but obviously I didn't say it right. I was like, Xerenite. I was like, who's Xerenite?
It's okay. I had problems with your name too.
That's
I was like, a party, a
That's it. It was meant to. It's basically, so AP is my first initials.
Yeah.
And then IE is my last name, spelled ARYE.
Oh, okay.
But if people see it and say Apari, or I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Just call me AP. That's easy.
Yeah.
But no, we love it. No, but thank you. And I'm happy Richie also introduced me to you, so I've come through to you.
Thank you, Richie.
So what would you say to anyone that wanted to start streaming? So obviously, since you started streaming, obviously from January time, so if someone new who wants to start streaming, how would you give them, what tips would you give them if they wanted to start streaming?
I would say know what you want out of this. So if you're going to start streaming, really know what your goal is. So whether you want to actually turn this into a full-time thing, whether you're just doing this for fun, whether you're doing it to meet people, really know what you want before you get into it, because honestly, like, you guys all know me, like, I watch a ton of videos from content creators talking about Twitch, talking about how to grow on Twitch, talking about what's important, what to do to build community. But I know a lot of people just do it for fun. Like they say, I don't want a mic, I don't want a camera, because they're not comfortable with it. The way I see streaming is, at the end of the day, you're still an entertainer, you're still a performer. So if you don't want a mic, if you don't want to use a mic, if you don't want to use a camera, expect it to be more difficult to grow, unless you're insanely good at gaming. But see, the thing about that is Twitch doesn't exactly make it very discoverable for you as a Twitch streamer. There's no advertisement for people to come and watch you. So you need to have something that makes people gravitate towards your stream and want to stay with you, right? So that's kind of the way I saw it. Though what I used to do is I used to go back and watch my VODs after every stream and look at when the views went up, look at them when they went down, and see what I was doing in that particular section of the stream, just to see what was interesting, what was not. And then I would ask myself the same question, where I would say, would I personally watch myself? And if the answer was no, then we need to fix this and stop doing this section of the stream. So basically, like, if you're going to start streaming, and the other thing that I found very challenging with streaming is balance with my real life, balance with streaming, because I found I was taking everything away from my real life and putting it towards stream, and I wasn't paying enough attention to things that were actually important to me in real life. If that makes sense.
No,
that's the other thing. I know some people actually told me I listened to a couple of stories of other content creators, but they would say, like, I started streaming and I lost my girlfriend and I lost my job and my family doesn't talk to me anymore. And then they would just go on about this big drama story. And so, you know what? Like,
that's not.
You need to find that balance, because it's true. Some people have dumped their entire lives into stream, all their bank, like their bank account, like buying all the most expensive equipment. And you just really need to know what your end goal is. Do you want to stream full time? Do you if you want to, you need to. I even watch videos about charisma, becoming a better person, how to communicate with people, how to be more entertaining, eye contact, all the things. And believe it or not, these things actually do help with you actually creating relationships with people and creating bonds. And it's made me genuinely a lot happier as a person.
Oh, definitely. First of all, I want to say thank you to everyone who's just come through with the follows. Thank you, really appreciate it. Thank you, Epic. I'll try and improve on my voice. But no, it's. I think what you said is actually quite powerful, and it's actually what you said is I think you can relate that to just life in general. So you're talking about also even just things like charisma, whether like how you. Because obviously coming across on Twitch is just another form of communication in different on a different platform. Actually, some of the stuff you mentioned, I think, is stuff which you hear, like, people talk about how to just be successful in life, around knowing what your end goal is and stuff like that, and just like having those plans. And
Mm-hmm.
like constantly reviewing yourself,
Mm-hmm.
even to rewatch your thoughts. That like I think I tried to do that early on, but I don't do it much now because I really hate my voice, as I've said. So anything with my voice,
No,
I
shut
promise
up.
you, anything with my voice, I can't stand listening to. And like I know some people are like, I don't really like my voice, but I literally can't. It just drives me insane. I think because I've been told for the longest time, especially from like my family, oh, you're not speaking clearly enough, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. So like for years of like almost that kind of side of things, I just can't hear my voice. It's like a little complex I think I've got.
I think we're all our own worst critics though, because um, I think the scientific study is when we don't hear our voice the same as others do. For I forgot what the reason was, but there's a scientific reason why,
Mm.
and none of us actually like our own voice. Even for me, like watching my own acting, watching videos of myself acting and speaking, like I'm like, oh my god, this is trash. This is trash. Why do people watch me? But then other people say otherwise, right? So it's where we are our own worst critics.
Yeah.
Which is why we should critique ourselves more.
Oh, no, fair. No, that's it. Yeah, that's it. We've got to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you. I understood you. Yeah. Oh no, not Epic. No, I meant it's like I'll improve. I'll try to continue to improve Epic. Sorry, I did get it.
Always,
But thank you
always.
very much. But
That's how
rather
it
to
should
continue
be.
to improve. But thank
Yeah.
you, thank you. I'm trying to
Never
take
stop
compliments.
improving, guys.
That's the one. So I think was it Not Story dropped a question for us here.
Mm-hmm.
So is it with streaming? Have you ever had the brick wall moment, like where you wanted to stop? What stage were you at in your streaming journey? What triggered it, and how did you overcome it? So has that come up for you?
Actually, yes. Yes. So there was a while back, I actually had a breakdown on stream, which is kind of the funny thing. Because there was a time where I didn't want to stream anymore. Just because, like I was saying earlier, how I didn't really find that good balance between real life and streaming. And it was to the point where I was streaming so much it affected my real life in a negative way. And then there was also some things that were happening in the community. Of course, everybody has their community Twitch drama, whatever you want to call it. And you know, sometimes people would say things that are not very, what's the word?
Awesome.
Positive.
Okay.
Wholesome, positive. Sometimes people will come to you and say not the very nicest things to you. And sometimes these people will end up being people who were supposed to be your friends. So there was something like similar to that happening at one point, and I wanted to stop streaming. The reason I didn't stop, there was one day where I was like, you know what, I don't want to stream. I'm just gonna not stream. And I'm sure everybody noticed that day that I wasn't really myself on stream. And that day, everybody just came in, and there was just so much love and so much support from everybody in the community. And honestly, it got me breaking down on stream. I think I cried on stream for a good 2 hours that day, telling everybody how like I wanted to quit. I didn't want to go on anymore, but then you guys all showed up and you guys all supported me and showed me how much love and like support you guys have for my stream and me as a person. So like it was a very heartwarming it was like pulling my heartstrings, you know, like it was just I couldn't stop crying. And since then I was just like, you know what, maybe this isn't what I think it is. Like there'll always be people in life that try to pull you down. There's always going to be people who tell you you can't do this and you can't do that and you're not worthy of this and you know you're shitty at whatever you're trying to do and you're not going to make it. But at the end of the day, like you don't need these people. That's why we get good at cutting people out of our lives.
No, that's it. Just get them out. Get out toxic people.
Just cut them off. You don't need these people in your lives, guys. Like it's because these are the people who actually put like it's like they have nothing else better to do than to go around and tell you you're a shitty person. Someone actually said to me that I was not a decent human being, and I was like, whoa.
To your face.
And this was a person who was my friend. No, in the Twitch community.
Oh, but still, that's a bit mad. Yeah. Everyone's dropping the way hearts. Let them drop some as well. Cheers.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
We love that. We love that support. We love that positivity. And that's, I think, that's.
You just gotta keep going. Yeah, you just want to always strive to be the best you that you can be. Don't worry about competing against other people, because when you compare yourself personally to another person, that's when you get the most stressed out. It's like, I want to be, oh, look at this person is doing so much better than me, but I've been streaming for so much longer than they have. But you know what? Now everybody has a different timeline for their success. Some people will succeed faster. Some people will take a little bit longer. But at the end of the day, you're competing against yourself to be a better you. not to be better than that person over there. You know what I mean?
100%.
And that's the part that usually gets me the most. But when you think about it, honestly, I listen to so many TED Talks. I listen to so many TED Talks every day before I go to bed. I load one up and then I'll listen to it as I fall asleep. Like every single day. But it helps. It helps a lot mentally. So in regards to hitting the brick wall thing, just try to stay positive. Keep a good positive mentality. Don't be hard on yourself. We are our worst critics. But yeah.
No, we love that.
I'm rambling with this.
No, I love that. It's so
I actually love these deep talks. Having these types of talks with friends is you learn a lot about someone just relating to them in these kind of conversations.
No, 100%. And I think Richie said like comparison is a thief. I can't speak. Thief of joy. And it's so true. Like and I think anyone who streamed for a while, more than like a couple months, I think has gone through that point where you get. Yeah, there is that So someone I compared myself to early on was a friend of mine who streams, who actually work with, and like we started off similar kind of number. I think it was maybe like 30, 40 followers ahead. Or so, like or not, let's say ahead more than me. Rather than say ahead. But I was like, okay, cool. We're doing similar things, and then like month after month, he sees like exponential growth. It's just like going. I was like, what am I doing wrong? And it's almost, instead of me trying to say, okay, let me look at the positives of what he's doing and let's try and improve myself, I was rather thinking the other way around. I was like, what? No, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Why and like it almost felt like I don't know. I think jealousy was the word that comes up. Like that's how it almost felt. I was like, what is going? And then instead of me actually trying to think of all the positives or the things that I'm doing well, I just thought all the things that he was doing better, or looking at certain numbers. When I was talking to a good friend of mine, Aaron, who's in the chat, he was like, "Oh, don't worry about followers. It's all about the viewers and the engagement on stream." I was like, "No, but I need the followers. I need the followers." And then after a while, I realized actually, I'd rather not get another follower and have every single person who's following me engage in my stream at that point, because that is, to me, is more important. Just finding something that I can have a conversation with, and that's actually how I ended up on like this chat with AP thing, was because I want to talk to people, and I think that's the part I like most of the streaming, is actually the communication with someone else. But when I like playing games, I absolutely love it, but I can talk a lot, so I thought actually having a conversation with people for me is where, and I think it's evolved into something, and I think that's. When having a conversation, I get to know people better. You get to have these deep conversations around improvement and betterment. And I think, as you said, everyone is running their own race and something completely different. And if you compare yourself to someone else, you never know what struggles they're going through. Because you can see on the outside, they look great and it's, this is all going well for them. But you don't know what struggles they're going through, or what sacrifice they had to make for that, which they wish they never had to make or something. So
that's where you shine.
Yeah, that's one.
And it shows. Honestly, I think the most difficult thing about streaming is finding your niche and what you're good at and what you want to basically present your stream as. Right? For you, I feel like you found that. Richie has also found that. Richie, I think it's music. For you, it's talking to people with your angelic and soothing voice. For me, it's being a complete idiot on stream and providing laughs for people.
No, I love your honestly, I love your stream. I think it's literally just the time difference is what annoys me the most, because literally I'm like, I finish my streams, like, oh wait, and then I'm usually in bed, like my bed's literally there. I literally, like, you might be able to see my laptop. I literally get my laptop up, put it on, and usually fall asleep and wake up and you're still streaming usually.
So thank you for dropping by.
Yeah, no.
I know it's really late for you guys when I'm streaming. I think Miss T had a question earlier too.
Oh, Miss T, talk to me.
You think female streamers get more hate? I think it really depends. It could go both ways. I mean, I do have a lot of people where I do have a lot of people say stuff like, oh, it's easier for girls because they get simps, because we get simps for our channel because you're prettier, like if you're a pretty face. But I personally think it takes more than just being a pretty face on Twitch. You also need to be entertaining. You need to be wholesome. You need to have some kind of very charismatic personality that makes people gravitate towards your stream. So in a way, yes and no, because there are a lot of female streamers that I've watched, and I've watched this recently. I know I'm kind of late on this, but I've watched some YouTube videos about streamers who are like, you should sub to my stream. It's only $5 a month. Why aren't you subbing to my stream? You're basically leeching off my entertainment. Like, I watched this video and I was like, Oh my gosh.
No,
How do people actually say that? Like, this is how are you
mm,
still streaming?
yeah,
How are people why do people watch?
that,
I
yeah,
don't understand. But I mean, like, those kind of females, yeah, lots of hate towards those kind of females. But I mean, like, there are some females where they're just like, let me think of a couple streamers. Like, there are some streamers who
mm,
are beautiful girls.
yeah,
They're very kind, charismatic, and they grew really insanely fast on Twitch. And
yeah,
I feel like sometimes you might get the one or two. I don't mean to be like, I don't want to make this sound really bad,
yeah,
but you get a couple guys here and there who have been streaming for maybe 2 3 years and they're still sitting at 10 views, and they get very toxic towards the people who grow very fast.
yeah,
Um, I would say those type of people probably will be negative towards the female streamers.
mm,
But in general, I haven't had too much of an issue with this.
mm,
Um, there's a couple people I know that were just like, oh yeah, she just grew fast because she's a girl and because she's
mhm,
pretty. But it's not really that, because this particular streamer actually engaged with her audience a lot.
mm,
She is a very magnetic personality, right? Like,
yeah.
yes, she's a girl and she grew faster, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a very iffy topic. I would
Well, that's
think.
yeah. I think,
Yeah.
and what's epic. So, as a person who's just
Rose,
been on
hi.
Twitch,
Thanks for following, Rose.
since Justin T Daisy, I think the number one thing, opinion, that would help starting streamers is networking, building relationships with people, not just the streamer, but the chat as well, and Discord, being active in other people's chats. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so I think building communities, do allow promotions to hang out. Okay, yeah. So I think, and to be fair, I think it's a combination of everything that everyone said. So I think
Mm-hmm.
there's truth on all different bits of it, but I think it's fine. So actually, if you talk about female streamers and the hate that people get is people think that especially the people that get that hate is usually people are saying that the women are using their looks or their femininity in
Mm-hmm.
some way to gain more viewers or followers, whichever. But I think someone looked at it and said, actually, if you look at the people at the top, I think it's like the top 5% of people that make the most on
Mm-hmm.
Twitch, they're all men. And it's like,
Yeah.
and then so women tend to maybe grow a little bit faster early on. But in terms of long-term growth, at the moment it's the men at the top. So if people say, "Oh, women are excelling more," they're
Yeah.
not. And if, to be fair, if there's one platform where women can finally earn more than men, when in every other avenue they're making less than men in every other avenue of life, then
Yeah, this is
first
true.
of all, I mean, anyway, but that's another whole topic in itself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the guy who was talking about kind of this kind of thing, I think he was looking at, is it Amaruth or Amarat? I don't even know how to say her name. She does a lot of just chatting,
Mm-hmm.
and she tends to be known to be quite overt with her femininity. But the guy,
Yeah.
and people say, oh, that's the reason why she's making, like, she gets lots of viewers and followers. But the guy looked at it and said, if you look at the numbers in the hours she streams, I think, like 13 hours, like on average, or something like 13 hours a day, compared to what everyone else streams. So actually, she's doing basically more than a full-time job's worth of work. And all the people, he found out a few of the people that were complaining, and so, well, actually, they're doing less hours in terms of like putting in the hours and so on. And he said, if you put in that amount of hours into anything, and then after that, she also released like YouTube videos and all that other stuff and other content. I think I always find it's a difficult topic, I think, to try and address, because often people see the face of it, or
Right.
the surface level, and say, oh, it's because of this. Or actually, if you look at the work someone's gone behind, so if someone, I know, so Fresh Richie, for example, he knows some people, I won't say anymore, but he knows a lot of people where if he wanted to, he could use that to his advantage to get himself up. But people might see it on, oh, he's this kind of guy, whatever, that's why he's getting the views. Well, actually, no, because he's put in a lot of work behind the scenes. You know, so he might have networked, and yeah, it's that kind of, even bringing, so he's, I'll say, brought me to you. That's a different form of networking. Like, I think it's much more complex than just someone's a woman, and I think because of that, people get the hate. But yeah, I think it's more complex than you're a woman, so that's why you've got more followers. Anyway, that's my little rant.
And it also depends on what kind of community you want to raise. What type of community? I mean, there are some female streamers who stream with less clothing. So you get a different type of community that way. And then there's streamers who generally just have good conversations with their community. So it really depends which direction you want to go.
Yeah.
in the nicest. That's the nicest way I could possibly put it.
No, I get it. I think we get that one. I get it. No, thank yeah. And hopefully, yeah, if you don't have any questions on that, please do drop it some comments and we'll try and answer those. But no, we absolutely love it. Yeah, that's so. Do you? I guess actually, so what's your? I mean, you kind of touched it on it a little bit in terms of your experience of being a female streamer, and have you ever felt pressure to I won't say conform, to change your streams to be something different, or which, yeah.
What do you mean by different?
Less wholesome, maybe, I guess.
You mean like
or
that?
Just or anything like, or have you felt any pressure to change? I'll say that's.
I would say, my headset fell out. I would say that when I first started streaming, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my channel, because when I first started, I was really just playing games with friends and through voice, and I didn't know what to talk about. I had no idea what to talk about when I first started streaming. I was just like, this is weird. I started playing Monster Hunter. That's the very first game I've ever streamed. I didn't really know what I was doing in the game, but I was also kind of like, okay, there's people in chat telling me how to play. Great. Okay, so maybe we could just go this direction. But then, like, that's going to end at some point when you actually learn how to play the game. So what are you going to do after that? And then I figured, okay, so maybe we can just make friends. Oh, look, people are joining the session. That's pretty cool. Look, people actually want to play with me. I'm a total stranger to them. That's cool. And then, I don't know, like, I just started watching more streams, seeing how other streamers talk, seeing how big streamers talk, seeing how small streamers talk, looking at their overlays, looking at, like, just basically the look of their streams itself, and then also watching the different content creators and learning. So it was definitely a huge learning process. And I used to think streaming every single day for like 12 hours a day was the way to go. But realistically, at the end of the day, Twitch does not make it easy for people to discover you. So I personally now don't think streaming every single day is the way to go. You're better off creating some kind of content offline. And this is kind of a spoiler. I am working on stuff, but I just haven't released it yet. So when I'm not streaming, I'm actually trying to create content so I can throw it on other platforms instead of just Twitch, because Twitch isn't a very discoverable platform for you to grow on. You might get like maybe 5 new followers, maybe 10 new followers if you're lucky on that day. But yeah, it's I forgot what I was talking about.
I think your experience and also like making content on other platforms and like bringing that community.
Wait, what was Twitch. The question?
I think the question was your experience being a female streamer. Have you wanted to change or felt like you were being pressured to change, or do something differently?
In regards to that, remember how I was saying I always go back and watch my VODs and see if I would be interested? So I did try. I'm an actor. I did try a bunch of different kinds of personalities to see what was more magnetic towards viewers, what got those laugh my asses off in chat, what got the LOLs, the LULs, all of the laughs in chat. Because even in person, I'm the type of person who likes to make other people laugh. Yeah. So. And personally, I feel like the best type of humor for that is getting people to laugh at me, not to make, because there's people who will be toxic and make fun of other people to try to get laughs out of the group, and then there'll always be that one person that's the butt of the joke, and that one person will always dislike you. But if you're doing it to yourself, it's a completely different story. So if I do something stupid and people laugh at me, then I'm totally okay with it. And if it makes other people laugh, it makes other people happy. And I think the one thing that got me the most when I first started streaming was when a viewer said something along the line of how watching my stream brightened up their day. Or if they were having a bad day and they come to stream and they feel better after watching the stream because they got some laughs out of it. Like, for me, that's rewarding for me as a person, because I genuinely like to help other people feel better, because I know that depression is a very serious thing. There are times in my life, or there's times in everybody's lives, where everybody's gone through something that's very dark and very, very sad and lonely in their lives. But everybody's been through it. So it's tough. It's tough going through it alone. No. And I feel like Twitch actually is a pretty good outlet for it. Even if you don't know the person, if you can engage with somebody or just have a conversation, have a real conversation with somebody, it actually makes you feel genuinely better. And I've actually lost people in life for reasons like that, and it was a pretty tough time. So that's why I take this stuff very, very seriously. So yeah. I'm going with this.
That was
It's rewarding for me to help people outside, even if I don't know the person. If you can genuinely improve somebody's mindset or have them smile or laugh or anything along the line, it's good enough for me.
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of where I started to gravitate towards, and that's why I'm a complete Pega on stream, because sometimes it's good to get to just be silly, just go out there, say something completely say something that you would never actually say, and just feel good about yourself, like in a non-toxic way, of course. In a non-toxic way.
Oh, mate, you make me feel something different right now. Jeez. Touching heartstrings. No, 100%. Yeah, I think again, like, I think maybe you don't realize how profound like some of the stuff you're saying is, but it is profound, like, in terms of like, if like, actually, to be fair, ironically, I think it's like a Spider-Man quote. I love Spider-Man, as Fresh Rich you would know, because he does as well. But he says something along the lines of basically, I'll pretend it's not a Spider-Man quote, but he talks about someone's trying to wants to give up, and he says, like, do you know what the greatest gift you can receive in your lifetime? So the greatest gift you can receive in your lifetime is to be able to, even once, just make a difference in someone's life. And so, like, do you know how many gifts you've been given to be able to make a difference in so many different people's lives? I think that's kind of it. Like, if you can make a difference, a positive difference in someone's life, and actually make them feel better, change, and you don't know what that change could have been for that person for later on. So for you, it might be something really small, just being nice to someone at a store, whatever, walking past, just saying hi, anything. But that could seriously change the course of what their life could have potentially been. So I think it's. Yeah, I think there's a lot into when I say, if you can help someone feel, even if it's on street, like, and that's, I think, the benefit of being on streams, like, you can touch people's lives from a distance almost, and actually help people. So yeah, I think it's absolutely, I think that's amazing. And actually, also talking of discoverability, so try and again maybe give some people some tips and stuff. So I think that's something which I think where I think streaming could potentially go. I think YouTube actually has the biggest opportunity if they wanted streaming to be their biggest their thing to focus on. So at the moment, they basically YouTube's VODs, realistically, like videos on demand. But I think if they switched, because I think the biggest problem with YouTube streaming is the UI. So right now their UI is isn't as well developed. Whilst Twitch is the place to go, because Twitch is the biggest platform. As you said, in terms of discoverability, like, YouTube has it almost built, like, it's perfect. Like,
for sure.
YouTube will recommend you a video which you didn't even know you wanted to watch, knowing, and it'll be the perfect. Oh, it's a great video, and you just go off onto a whole different thing. And I think, as you said, Twitch doesn't do that. And I think what Twitch should almost do, I think, thought of something the other day, is basically, if it should almost automatically recommend you clips to make of your stream, in terms of if they see like a lot of engagement, they can use whatever algorithm, but it goes through and maybe streams, says, oh, these 5 points here, there's been a lot of engagement or something, do you want to make a highlight from this bit or make a clip? And they need to have bits where you can kind of almost scroll through clips of all different types of streamers, almost in the same way that you have with YouTube. And then
see who you're interested in watching.
That's it. Oh, this is cool. And then you might go off and actually subscribe or follow and so on. But I think it's interesting. And I think what you said is, that's it. Like, put stuff on other platforms which are more discoverable, and then bring them over. But
it's an easier way to grow, realistically. Yeah, it's a faster way to grow. Not Story had a question.
We missed it. Oh, let's go. Yeah.
Quite a while ago. What's your thoughts on TikTok, Instagram, influencers, social media, famous people streaming, small viewership, in order to charge things? For example, I am done type. Is that the X tech.
Or I am done type.
Oh. Music reviews. 10 million viewers charging $200 for video review. This kind of goes back to the other platforms. You do grow a lot faster if you bring an audience over from a different platform. And this is what I learned. I personally haven't really done it yet. I'm working on it. I haven't done it yet, but I do believe that it is a lot easier to bring an audience over from a different platform. TikTok is actually, I was on TikTok for like a good day or two before I got bored scrolling. I'll be really honest. But TikTok, I posted maybe like 4 videos. They weren't of me. It was like my team and like other things in my life. But the amount of views that you got on TikTok posts, TikTok posts, the amount of views you got, and you're not even like a big TikToker. Is that what you would call it? A TikToker?
I think so.
You're not even a big
TikTok-tician or
something. But you would get thousands of views on that. And I also collect insights on my Instagram and everything. I got more views on the 4 TikTok videos that I posted more than I got on my Instagram, where I have like 2,300 followers. Like, it doesn't make any. Yeah, so it's much more discoverable. And that's only posting 4 videos. Like, I know people who started on their TikTok accounts and they posted like a lot more videos and they got tons of views for it. Yeah. So much more discoverable. In terms of YouTube, I did post a couple videos on YouTube, but I probably didn't advertise it enough. I think YouTube has a way where their algorithm works with how consistent you are with pumping out videos. And if you only pump out maybe one every couple months, you're not going to really grow on YouTube unless somehow you have magic powers that make people watch your videos.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Oh, that's I think that's literally. I think YouTube does that. I think it's something to do with like if you can bring back. Like I think it's like recurring viewers as well. Then they promote your videos more. So if you release your videos quite consistently, and if you get the same viewers to come back, then they're like, okay, we're gonna push you. Hashtag content. Literally, and they just get you back in. It's like, oh, okay. But that's interesting. Yeah. I mean, so I said, so you're working on some things. Will you let us know once they are like available for people to consume?
Oh yeah. I'm going to be really, really honest. Like I've been taking days off streaming, but I've been trying to work on my real life on those days more than I've been working on my Twitch life. Because when I first started on Twitch, I literally spent like every day, every second that I was awake working on my stream, trying to make new overlays, trying to make the whole thing like, well, you guys have seen the scenes in my I have different scenes for moods. And then I have my Stream Deck now, so like I would program buttons into my Stream Deck. Stream Deck was probably the best investment I ever made for stream ever. It was the biggest growth I've seen from when I didn't have it compared to when I do. Because you can literally program like 7 things into one button. It's insane. Yeah. So before I was pressing like 5 different buttons. Now I just press one, and then it's like magic, right? Yeah. Unless your Stream Deck breaks, which has also happened before in the middle of stream, and then you just become basic again. But then you know what, your community is there for you at the end of the day, not for your stream. And this is something that I had to kind of understand too, because I was like, if I'm not performing, if I'm not entertaining, we're gonna lose views. But then it surprised me, because even when my Stream Deck didn't work, we were still retaining views, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe it's personality. Okay, so probably personality has a lot more to do with it. But yeah, I mean, it's all about enhancing our viewers. What's it called?
Experience, I guess.
Experience. Yeah. Thank you.
No, I get it. I think I think you find soon that the viewers are there for you, not so. Even I describe it as, they're there for you, and the game you're playing is the backdrop, or whatever you're doing is just the backdrop. That's just there to to fill the background, but they're there for you. Because there's times when, and that's where even I think people, and you can be successful without cameras and things like that. But I really think if you're going to start streaming, if you can get a camera, if you don't have a camera, it doesn't have to be literally a basic camera. I started streaming using my laptop camera, whereas it's literally I streamed off my laptop for the first. Actually, until I got this computer, so that's like it was about 6 months or so. I've been streaming using basically a laptop, and I didn't get like a camera. I got I think the standard Logitech camera that everyone has, C920. I got that like 4 or 5 months into it, but people still came and watched me, even though I literally was streaming off a potato, and it still worked.
Because you have more. I find you have more engagement. If people can see your face, they can see your reactions to things. It will definitely increase your level of engagement with your audience. And audio. I personally think audio is much more important than your video. If people can't hear you, I've been to streams where I was watching some people and everything was great on their stream except for their audio. Their music might blow out their voice, or their mic was just far too quiet, or they would talk and they would be really mumbling and you just can't make out what they're saying. Like, you can't engage with those kind of streams. Like, you can try, and you could try to turn your volume up to like the max level and like try to put your headphones on and listen to them. But like, your audience shouldn't have to try so hard to be able to make out what you're saying. Make it easier for your audience. Make it easy. Like it's just, what am I trying to say? You're performing. You're an entertainer.
No, I get
production value. Production value. Yeah.
It's the not story. So I will check your message in a minute. I'm trying to half read it, but I'll read it properly in a bit. What's everyone been saying here?
Instagram.
Way is a really fast reader for someone who I love that. Consistency is the key when it comes to every platform. Yeah, 100%. I think.
Shout
I
out to
think
Christian's live music.
consistency. I think is definitely for everything as well.
Yeah. And you build relationships with your viewers too that way, by being able to talk to them. You learn about your viewers, they learn about you, and yeah.
Yeah. And audio. I think
makes
that's
a big
it.
difference.
I think, as you said as well, so audio is really difficult. Like the amount of time again, but I think when I first started streaming, that was because most of my games I play on my PlayStation, and especially when I was using a laptop, I couldn't play a game on it because it barely handled the stream. But yeah, like trying to figure out even just to get audio to work. I remember the very first stream, and just the audio was working for about 20 minutes, and I was like, oh my god, what's happening? Luckily, my good friend Aaron, who's always he's the one that got me into streaming. So look, just take your time, don't worry about it. We're here. I think it was me and my two viewers, and I'm sure I was one of the viewers, and Aaron was the other one. But yeah, just constantly going and trying to figure it out, and that there was so much stress to try and get that to work. When afterwards, I was like, actually, I didn't realize how hard it was. So that's one of the things I focus on the most when I'm trying to stream. Man, like Mubsy in the building. Oh, Mubsy's a good friend of mine. But yeah, so talking again of like streaming things, what's some of the hardest things that the struggles you've had with streaming? What have you had to overcome in terms of like, yeah?
For me, honestly, I would say it was the balance between real life and stream life. Balance between spending enough time with your family, with your friends, and spending enough time with your community, because honestly, after I started streaming, I've started getting more messages, more DMs, Discord messages, and then on top of Discord messages, other people's Discord messages. So like there's like you join like 50 different Discords, and then you also have your own, and then you also have your messages. So you're literally on your phone all day like this. Like I'll be having dinner with my family, and I'll be on my phone like this, replying messages, not really listening to my mom, right? But it's like, that kind of stuff does add up and eventually catch up to you, and then you start to think to yourself, like, what kind of person am I becoming? Like, you still need to keep a strong mentality where you prioritize the things that are important in your life, and you don't throw that stuff away just because you start streaming. So that was probably the biggest struggle for me, because I'm the type of person who's very competitive. Of course, I've grown up doing nothing but competition in martial arts, and I always wanted to be number one. That was always like the thing, right? So and it took a long time for me to realize it wasn't really about being number one and beating every single person at the competition. And I had a big brother that, well, not an actual brother, but like we call them Kung Fu brothers. I actually competed for Canada in the Olympics in 2008. But getting there was a very difficult journey. It was very stressful. I canceled real life. I canceled school. I canceled everything. I didn't drink, smoke, or do anything. I didn't even party up until I finished Olympics. That's how dedicated I was to this. And it was very stressful. It was really, really stressful, but it was a big learning curve for me too, because before I went to this competition, like you had to place top 4 in Canada. After you place top 4 in Canada, you had to place top 8 in the world at a world tournament. And then when you place the top 8 in the world, you can go to Olympics. Okay. And that was the goal for me. So since I started learning martial arts as a kid at 8 years old, the goal has always been to make it to the Olympics and become an Olympic athlete, right? That was always the goal. So when I finally made it, it was a very happy moment for me, but it was also a very, very stressful moment, because I felt like everyone was always saying, bring home the medal, bring home the medal. You've worked really hard for this. We believe in you. You can win. So believe it or not, those are very stressful words to put on somebody when they're about to go into a world tournament. So I was really, really, really stressed out going into this competition. And one thing that one of my Kung Fu brothers, who I really looked up to, said to me was, you know what? I know you're probably really stressed out. I know that this is a really hard time for you, but I just want you to know that you need to go there and do your personal best and do it for you, not for everybody else. Because you know what? Yeah, like, we can tell you're very stressed out. You're very tense. You're always zoned into training. You're not talking to anybody. You're only training and not to anybody else on the team. And do it for yourself. Do it for yourself, for your personal growth, not because other people expect you to be there. Don't worry about other people's expectations. Just worry about yourself. And the one thing that made me cry when I read this card, he's like, you know what? We believe in yourself because everybody here also believes in you. And that was like the one line where I was just like, and he wrote it in capitals too. So I remember I was just like, oh my gosh, you guys all believe in me. I like literally cried when I read this card. But then I think that was also a huge turning point for me where it's just like, you know what, it's true, because I always tried to do it for other people. I tried to be better for my coach. I tried to be better for my family who spent all the money for me to train. I tried to be better for my teammates who didn't make the team, who tried, but they didn't make it. And I did. So their hopes were now resting on my shoulders, but it's not about that, right? It's about your personal growth and you yourself as a person. And that's what I find people these days have trouble in focusing on, because they always focus on expectations of other people around them, which is not what you should be thinking about. You should be thinking about you and yourself and your personal growth. Think about from day one where you started and where you are now.
That's
right?
Yeah. I think that's it. Yeah, that's again, it's really like Wano said, doing things for yourself is really important. Making sure you have to be satisfied in yourself first. And I think it's, as you said, because often there's expectations, people sometimes forget the milestones that they've already accomplished. They only think of the milestones they haven't got to. So whether it's in life, I haven't got this, or I haven't got a house yet. It's like, well, hold on, but you've got a really good job. You've got this. You've got a car. Yeah, but you don't think about that. You only think of what I'm missing or what I didn't get. And for you, the fact you got to the Olympics full stop is absolutely insane. That you're already like the top. Yeah, you're like top 1%. Yeah. But I just at that point, someone's like, oh yeah, bring home the medal. You're thinking, oh, I need the medal. But really, that's the achievement is so high already. You're so like far above. But
thinking about impressing other people, but not yourself, right? Because if you don't bring home the medal, people will be disappointing you and they'll be sad, and you don't want that. You want other people to be happy, right? So that's usually the part I find, and this could go with streaming too. It's like you might have an expectation that you're going to be at a certain point in time. It's not like that. If you have that expectation going into streaming, if you expect to grow to a certain level by a certain time, you're going to end up getting stressed out. You're going to end up being hard on yourself. And you might get into depression, hit that brick wall and say, I don't want to stream anymore, But I mean, I know some people who have been streaming for over 6 years and they still haven't hit partner, and they're still thinking like, oh, you know what? Like, I don't know, I'm still streaming for 6 years, but they're still working hard towards it at the end of the day. They're not giving up, right? Because they don't have that expectation for themselves. They just genuinely enjoy streaming. And that's why I find if you genuinely enjoy what you're doing, if you genuinely enjoy building a community and what am I trying to say? I think you can get there as long as you enjoy what you do, because it really shows on camera, especially if you have a face cam on, that you're not happy on stream. And if you're not happy and if you're toxic and you have a negative emotion showing to your viewers, people are going to see that. And people will not gravitate towards you. But if you're really having fun, like we're having fun right now, then I think it makes a big difference.
100%. Looks like, is it Gives? I don't know. I'm butchering this name already.
Gives.
Gives. Looks like you're heading off. You've got a job interview. So thank you very much for popping in. We do appreciate you coming to say hi.
Good luck.
And good luck with that. Thank you everyone that's still here. Thank you very much for coming in. That's it. Thank you for staying a while and listening. It's my little thing, stay a while and listen, but I'll be quiet now. And then what's also not story said, to put into real terms, the reason I got into Ash's stream and yours way is both gave thought about the view. Both gave thought about the viewer. Like when I first joined them, something small saying, "Hi, welcome to the stream. Thanks for coming." I met lots of basically an unwanted sods. So yeah, I think like everyone's got. I think it all depends on how or what's important to someone as a streamer. So for me, like I like the engagement part of talking to people. So that's why I like. If I've done is just chatting things, and I think for me it's that tends to be why I tend not to be in streams where they're so big, like the community is really huge, because then sometimes I feel like I want to engage with the streamer, and that I think for me is really important. So what about you? So how do you feel about obviously your community is growing? Like, how do you keep that engagement with your kind of community and stuff? How do you feel?
Buddy, sorry, I actually said this on stream, I think like 2 days ago. I usually just say my stream is just chatting with games, not gaming with just chatting. Because my priority for my stream is actually my chat over the games. I know some people would rather focus on being, not bashing speedrunners, but speedrunners. And they don't really look at chat until they're done. And I understand that. I understand everyone has a different goal. But for me, I personally don't think I'm amazing at games. I'm just like the average or below average sometimes gamer. And for me, like I said, I prioritize engagement with my viewers, making my viewers laugh, over playing games. Because yeah, playing games can be fun. I didn't even pay attention to the story of or the dialogue of a lot of the games I played on stream, which is why I decided to play Final Fantasy VII off stream. Which is why I decided to play Kingdom Hearts off stream, because I really genuinely enjoy these games and I really want to zone into them. But if I do that, I won't be able to talk with my chat, which is why I decided not to stream those games. Versus Monster Hunter, for example, I can basically play the game and not look at the game, but just read my chat constantly, which is what you guys say. I'm more engaged in chat than I am with the actual game, which is also why you guys say that I die a lot in game.
No, I think that's it. That's actually kind of why the very first game I streamed was Metal Gear Solid. Because I'd already played it before, so I thought I can play it through without having to think it through too much. I don't have to pay too much attention to the game, and I can do things which I already know how to do or show people something different. So I can engage with the chat, even though at the time there wasn't too many people there.
Thank you.
So yeah, it was definitely.
Thank you, Epic.
That's it. But no, thank you everyone for popping in.
Thank you, Epic, for the kind words.
That's it. And then shout out to Way as well. But if you haven't already, please do drop Way a follow. So yeah, she's really, really great. Really great
Thank you, friend.
streamer. So please do come through. So my friends just messaged me. I'm gonna tell her to come through. So I'm streaming. But yeah. God, how long do we have? So I said I won't keep it for too much longer, probably maybe another 20-30 minutes or so, if that. I said, and then are you streaming afterwards as well, or
not today?
Okay, fair.
It's actually a long weekend today, so I'm actually going to be going out for drinks with a friend later for bubble tea. Cool. Do you like bubble tea, Ash?
I excel. There's someone, if she's in the stream, she'll probably jump up. I have never tried bubble tea, but it's Miss T if she's in here.
Miss T? Oh, Miss T, yeah, I remember she was here.
She drinks bubble tea, and she keeps telling me to get bubble tea. I'm like, what is this bubble? I've never heard of it.
It's sweetened flavored teas, possibly milk teas or just regular fruit teas, and then they have like tapioca or jellies or like or any kind of puddings or like just flavored toppings. So think of it like kind of like a pizza and a drink, but sweet.
Pizza and a drink.
You could add different toppings into your drink.
No, fair enough.
Something like that. I don't know. That's honestly probably a terrible comparison because it's actually nothing like pizza. But I was thinking toppings, and pizza was the first thing that came to mind when I was thinking toppings.
No, fair. I'll have to. Yeah, definitely. I think she keeps telling me to try it, so I'm gonna have to try.
Oh, definitely. Actually, I never saw it in the UK when I was there, though. That's the other thing. But if you're ever in Toronto, I can definitely show you some good spots.
I'll turn up. I want to go. Well, I think maybe I want to go to Toronto also because I'm a big fan of Drake. Drake is one of my favorite peeps. Yo, Sleepy Samurai, thank you very much for turning up. Thank you. Sleepy, if you haven't, please do.
TwitchCon got cancelled this year.
That's it. Oh yeah, that's its peak. Yeah,
we do melon.
Melon bubble tea. That's her favorite. Melon bubble tea.
Melon anything. Melon anything.
No, fair. I can't remember what I was saying now. Where are we at? So yeah, I guess are there any games that you're looking forward to the most, like coming up, or like how's
looking forward to not really. I have a lot of games I still haven't tried that I need to play. A lot of the people in my community have gifted games, so thank you guys for gifting those games. I haven't touched them yet. Because I just haven't had time. But eventually I want to stream the games that were gifted in the community. There's nothing. I haven't really done any research towards the new games coming out, I'll be really honest. Because like I said, it's a just chatting stream. It is prioritized to chat with viewers than to research games, and sometimes it gets really challenging. Like if I'm playing a brand new game and I don't know how to play, it's very hard for me to engage with my viewers while I'm actually trying to learn a game. So my brain is literally like pulling in like 7 different directions and like trying to process this, and then I just get really confused, and then I start getting headaches after a while.
I get you. I think that's
yeah.
Oh, I get it. No, it's nice, but I think that's.
Oh my gosh, the Little Nightmares clip. No.
There's a Little Night. Which one's? Drop it in.
There is a clip of me playing Little Nightmares, freaking out. I don't know where that clip is right now.
Link it, Epic. No, I think to be fair, I think scary games are not the one. Like if it sounds scary, and that's I can't handle it. Which I think that's why, again, it comes to just chatting. So I look up there because that's where the Resident Evil usually is, but I think I've removed it from there. It's just above my drawers. I can't stand that game.
Yeah.
I hate scary.
But
Yeah.
that is why I say horror games are scary for us streamers. But I feel like it's not really the same because when I watch myself play horror games, it's not scary. Like it's not scary. Sure, Hannah. It's not scary watching the game, watching another streamer play. But when you have that headset on and you have that intense audio and those jump scares blasting into your ears during this horror game, it's a completely different experience. Because I'm thinking like, wow, I look like a complete papega on stream playing this horror game that doesn't even look scary. So for everyone watching the horror stream, I think it's more like a comedy show for you guys to watch us freak out and be uncomfortable, because in reality, people enjoy watching other people in discomfort and agony and chaos and sadness and, okay, maybe not sadness, but in fear. It's apparently hilarious for you guys.
So that's it. I think it's so like there's something with, I think it's one of the biggest like categories of people watch is like anything to do with like scary streams. Like they do really well on this Twitch. So I think it's people likely and because sometimes I feel like because there's points where I jump or get scared. But the thing is, I also get angry as well because but the thing is, I'm angry at the developer of the game. So I think the one clip where I jump, there's a point where I look away and you hear me kiss my teeth because I'm so furious at the game.
Oh, trust me, for sure. I totally understand. I threw my headset off in one stream because I was so scared. I took my headset and I threw it off my head.
It is bad. It is absolutely bad.
It was during Visage. I don't know if you've heard of the game Visage before.
Visage, no.
Visage is another horror game where you go through this house and just paranormal things from paranormal activity everywhere. And of course jump scares and all those things. And I'm terrible. Like I'm the type of person who can't even watch Walking Dead. That's how horrible I am with horror. Like Walking Dead is not supposed to be that scary, but it's very scary for me. It gives me nightmares.
I'm the same. Like, so it was with that's why I didn't watch The Walking Dead for like up until like I think season 4 started or something, because I couldn't handle it. I was just like, nah, not today. So I just don't get how people can watch scary streams or like scary games, scary films and enjoy, because it's like, why, like if being actually scared, there's nothing fun about being scared. So why do you want to be scared? Like I just don't get it. And people are like, no, it's really fun. I'm like, no, it's not. Like,
it's not fun. It's not. I've seen some streamers who are super brave, who played horror games and got mad at the games because they didn't see anything scary enough for them.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm mind blown. I'm just like, wait, hold on a second. How you're getting mad at the game because you didn't get scared? Are you serious? Right? Like, well, it just shows what kind of person I am.
Oh, I love that. It is insane. Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, well, yeah, people in the chat, let us know if you like scary games, or scary streams, rather. And then, we'll have to, because that's the only time I tend to do scary streams, when I'm doing something like, usually it's like a charity stream or like a 24-hour stream or something. I think I did 2 charity streams, and that's the only time I would do a scary stream, because I'm like, okay, I know I'm raising money for charity, so I'll force myself to do it. Won't do it like any other time. It's just too much for me. It just hurts my soul.
Yeah. And your sleep schedule.
There we go. And I'm just not sleeping. I guess, okay, so looking at funds and stuff. So if you had, say, unlimited resources, unlimited funds, things like that, what would you want to change with your stream, or about your stream, or your setup maybe, that you haven't been able to do?
With my stream, well, right now I'm working on a different camera upgrade. I'm upgrading to like I would say a mid-level camera, not like top tier camera. Camera would definitely be nice. Studio lights that are not as that don't act as room heaters would be nice. I actually have 3 lights set up in my room right now, and all 3 of them produce a little bit of heat. Coolers from my PC, like I forgot what it's called. It's like a different, not the fan coolers, but the liquid coolers. I think there's those for my PC would be nice, because those also produce heat in my room. As you can see, I'm wearing a tank top, but I'm still kind of like a little bit warm right now, and I find like heat in my room is probably the worst thing. Just because my parents are freezing their asses off in their room with the AC on, but I'm dying with the heat because I have a little room with all these lights blasting on me, and they all produce quite a good amount. That would probably be one thing. In terms of everything else, I'm actually like pretty comfortable with my setup. maybe another monitor just for like, because I right now I'm running 2 monitors. I might run another monitor just for another chat designated screen.
Yeah.
But other than that, I haven't really thought about too much. Maybe a nicer, actually, you know what? A nicer studio without a bed in the background, an actual studio. There we go. That would be a good thing where I could potentially play with green screens, where I could potentially make different backgrounds. And I've seen some streams where they used a green screen in a really innovative way. They would actually be still in a room, but it would look like something like out of a video game or like out of a virtual world, and it was actually really impressive looking. I forgot the streamer's name, but yeah, something to think about, you know. And anything that basically enhances the viewer's engagement or their experience, or simply buying the games. VR is one thing I really have been looking into, although I ordered a Valve Index a little while back, which thank you to the community who also helped me save up for that. But they are 8 weeks on back order, and that was 2 months ago, and they are still currently 8 weeks on back order for some reason through Steam. Wow. So I mean, there's a lot of things that I'm planning and thinking about. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, fair enough. I think that's I think lights lights definitely warm you up so much more than like you'd realize.
Lights, huge difference. Yeah.
Definitely.
When I added my lights on stream, it was the biggest difference. And no, we're not doing VR horror streams. If that's what you if you guys in chat are thinking about that, that is not happening.
That's the one. Oh, it's bad. I dropped some clip. Oh, that's the one with me. Breaking my ankles on the fan. I think the fan was taking out my ankles. And they've got
Wait, in real life?
Oh no, I didn't actually break my ankles, but like it made me like fall over. I think. Where's this clip at? And then.
Oh yeah, there's this other clip.
I might have to. Yeah, let me. Can I share? Okay, actually, let's see if I can share it with you and the. Can I share my screen? Let's make sure I'm sharing the right clip before I start. This could be interesting. Let's try and see if I can share. Oh, here we go. I don't even know what I'm trying to share. This is not actually as easy as I was trying to make it. Oh, portion of screen. Okay. No, that's not going to work. You know what, let's just share this whole. Let's just screen 1. Is that? Oh, is it sharing?
Oh yeah.
Okay, can you see? Oh, can people on chats? Oh wait, they can't see. What am I trying to? Okay, you can see that. But then let me see if I can change this so everyone can see. What am I trying to share? Oh god, this is. I should definitely try this. Okay. Oh, here we go. There we go. I think people on stream should be able to see now. So this was the clip. That was the one. So my room's a mess. And that's me just breaking my ankles on the toes. That's literally it.
Oh.
I was just. Is this fan? So this massive fan.
Oh my god. Was that after the horror game?
I can't remember when this was. What was I doing on this one? I think not story clip. I can't remember what I was doing. That weird.
Wait, is that a name on that clip?
Oh, you're under there. There you go. That's you subscribing. Yeah. that's. I thought that wasn't even planned. I promise.
Okay.
Yeah, but like.
Dog is just vibing. Yeah.
That's it. That's my baby. All right. Let me try and switch this back to. God,
and I must say that clip that they sent you is you gotta play the audio for that one.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay? Let's get yours back. Hold on. Let me try that again. Let's try it. Hold on. Let's see if I can. Oh shit! Well, let's pause this. Hold on. Pause that, and then let's share. Let's share this. Oh, here we go. I think.
Oh boy.
Okay, so let's. Oh, oh my god! Let's start this one. Oh god. Oh my good god! What is that thing? Oh, what? What is?
Look at my face.
Yeah, you're. What is going?
I was super scared. I don't know.
What are those things? Yeah, can you not hear it?
Can you guys hear the audio? It's all about the audio. I can't hear it, but I know what's happening.
Oh, can you not hear?
So it's okay for me. I know what happens in this. I've seen this clip enough times.
What the?
This was not a very proud moment.
Oh my god! What is going on? What were those things? Oh, is it too quiet? Oh, is it too quiet? Let me tell. Oh, I don't hear it. Can you hear it now? I can hear it in my ears quite loud. What was going on?
Okay.
It's low. Oh, it's low.
Oh my. Oh, okay. Oh fuck. Oh, this guy right here. Oh fuck me. Okay.
That is a bit.
Yeah, stressed out. This is one of my early streaming days.
man, you know what it is? That game actually reminds me of let me pause that there. Of, you know, what's the word? Like Spirited Away, but you know when she's been chased by the
a
master.
little bit.
That's literally what that reminds me of. That's a bit.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it was horrifying. It was horrifying.
Let's get this back. There we go. I think we're back.
It was absolutely terrible.
Yeah, that's a bit of a mad one.
But I was able to play that game because it wasn't as bad. Visage, I spent like 3 hours in the pause menu. Like real horror games, I just stay in the pause menu the whole time.
Yeah. Mate, that's it. That's the way. Like literally, yeah, you have to. Man. Like every now and then, they need a break. Like, nope, pause this game. Let me just recuperate.
Yep.
Yeah, that's yeah. I don't. Yeah, I'm not going to. I'm going to talk about scary games. It's going to get me all flustered and feel. It's not. I just can't stand them. Yeah. God. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so I guess I've only got maybe like 2 more kind of questions per se to ask, because I don't know if people have questions in the chat. But I guess my second to last question I would ask is, if you could go back and talk to your younger self, what advice would you give yourself?
I would teach myself all the things I know about martial arts now, so I can go back and get that medal in 2008. I actually ended up placing 4th in Olympics. 4th.
That's amazing, though. That is actually amazing.
But 4th. They say 2nd is the worst. 4th is the worst, guys. 4th is the worst because you missed that medal by this much. I was this far away from getting that third place medal from the Olympics. Can you imagine just having that? I'm set for life, but I missed the medal. So if I could go back to my younger self, I would tell myself all the things I know now about training. It's kind of like if you're, future you has like the bigger brain, but then younger you has that optimal body and strength and all that. So you wish you could just combine both together and you'd be like the perfect you that you wanted to be. Well, not perfect. You're never perfect, but like the optimal you.
I get that. Yeah, it's literally having.
I would probably.
Oh, go on.
Mm-hmm. And I would probably also tell myself to start stunts and acting earlier, because I actually started stunts and acting maybe 5 years ago, but I wish I started a lot sooner, because if I did, I would have been a lot more established now than I was before. Before, I was just too afraid to go for it. I had a mindset where stunts and acting was a very difficult career to succeed in. It's a very risky path because you're not necessarily always working. If you don't have connections, you don't have network, you can't make it. And that's why I was too afraid to try. But then, and I didn't believe enough in my own ability as a martial artist to succeed. It didn't happen up until I hit rock bottom, where I lost my job. I got out of a long-term relationship where I was supposed to end up getting married to this person, but I did not. So it was like a very dark time in my life. And because I hit rock bottom, I was like, I don't know what else to do. And I don't want to go back to working in that toxic corporate environment. So instead, I was like, why don't I just try and go for stunts? So I went for stunts, and you know what? It's been working out for the last few years. Yeah. So I kind of wish I did that sooner. So to everybody in chat, like if you guys have something you want to do in life, but you're too scared to do it, try to do it. Try to go for your dreams. Like, I know a lot of people are really scared to not work a stable job, to take the risky path. But honestly, sometimes it's really worth it. It's rewarding. And if you can succeed, it will honestly be very difficult and very challenging in the beginning. But if you're persistent, you keep working at it, you work towards your goals, and you stay motivated, it's definitely possible to make things happen, and at the end of the day, you will be a lot happier with your life. You don't have to work for somebody telling you what to do all the time. And that's the best part. I hated my last bosses. They were all, okay, hate's a strong word. I didn't hate them. I just wasn't happy working there. So yeah.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I think that's it's trying to find happiness as well. I think that's one of the most important things, is finding happiness.
Because it reflects when you're unhappy at your job, you bring that home to your family, you bring that home to your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your friends, and it shows. You're a more negative and toxic person, and it reflects off of all of your experiences that you're going through at work. If you had a customer that yelled at you and you're unhappy, you're going to come home, you're going to complain about that to your family or whoever it is, instead of talking about something that's more worth your time. Because spend less times on things you don't want, spend more time on things that you do want, and gravitate towards that direction and grow that instead of growing the negative emotions. And that's why I find a lot of people, I used to struggle with that a lot too. It took a very, very long time for me to change that mindset. Yeah,
no, definitely. I think changing your mindset was always difficult, I think, especially because it takes something profound usually to try and push someone to change, and it's very difficult, I think, to change your mindset and stuff and set and be positive and like start using like positive, because it's easy, I think, to stay. Or is it easy? No, it's not easy. Like, oh yeah, I'll say it's easy to stay kind of as you are, and just say, you know, I don't want to change. I don't want to make you and stay being what you are.
Change is tough. Change is very difficult.
That's it.
And that long-term relationship that I was talking about when I hit rock bottom, it's actually a very good thing that I got out of it, because that guy was abusive mentally and physically. But I still thought I wanted to stay with that person because I didn't want change. Because I didn't want change in my full-time job, because I didn't want change in what I was comfortable with back then. But once you step out of your comfort zone, it's really scary at the beginning, but it's worth it. It's worth it to improve your lifestyle, to make things happier for yourself, right? Because at the end of the day, you have to take care of yourself before you can take care of other people in your lives.
Yeah, no, definitely, 100%.
Yeah,
I definitely agree. I've got one more question to ask. I don't know if anyone else in the chat has any questions for Wei before I get to my last question. But do let us know if there's anything that you do want to ask. But whilst they do that, I guess my last kind of question to you, Wei, is how would you like to be remembered?
Remembered?
Yeah.
Okay, be more specific.
Like, as in, so in any way, so how would you like to be remembered? How do you want people to think of you when, I guess, as a person, as a streamer, as Wei? How would you like? What mark would you want to leave on this world to say this is my thing?
I honestly, because I used to be in a very dark place, because I used to be a very sad person back then, and I've changed a lot since that's happened. I want to be the type of person who can help other people, just not even necessarily just talking to them like this. It doesn't have to be talking like this, but if I can help somebody improve their mood, if I can make people smile, I can make people laugh, and just, you know, maybe think about how they can improve their own lives. For me, that's rewarding for me if I can help other people in a way where I'm not even directly talking to them like this. It could just be through watching me on Twitch, through watching my YouTube videos. If I can make people laugh, that's a huge reward for me, right? I don't want to be that person that's online. I mean, I'm gonna be really honest, straight up honest. This might make me sound like a shitty person right now, but I can't stand the YouTube content creators who spend their videos talking trash to other people who are content creators. Like, I get it. There are people that are not as nice in this world, and yeah, but when I watch these videos of people who spend all their lives editing videos talking trash about other people, I just can't. I cannot watch these videos. They actually aggravate me. They upset me, because little do you know, like, yes, you know, you see our faces on the internet, you see us performing and talking to our viewers, but you don't know what the person's going through in the background. You don't know if this person's going through depression. You don't know if this person had a rough day, if they went through a bad breakup, if somebody in their family passed away. They might not be showing it on stream, but other people could be shitting on them, you know? And it's not cool, because you could actually affect this person so much worse by putting out content like this. And this is really what I'm completely against. I watch videos where they actually make me super upset. Like, my heart starts beating faster when I'm watching these videos, even if it's not talking trash about me. It could be talking trash about anybody. But yeah, just be wholesome and try to spread positive energy, try to motivate people. Like, for me, if I can motivate someone to improve their lifestyle, that's huge for me, right? To push themselves to be the best that they can be as people.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that's it. I think being able to push someone to be the best version of themselves, I think is amazing. Like, it's I think it's something from Aristotle, one of his quotes is, "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act but a habit." And I think to be able to get yourself into the habit of becoming, or whatever it is you want to be, you have to get into the habit of doing that thing. And sometimes and supporting someone sometimes is helping them get into that state as well, getting them to that point of being able to be whatever it is they want to be. To change, I say sometimes it's changing your mindset, and it's like a lifestyle change, and sometimes people need that support to help them get to where they need to be. So yeah, I think definitely I would agree. 100%.
And even as streamers, and realistically, this is another thing I learned about Twitch. It's the community of different streamers helping other streamers grow. We raid people to help each other. We shout out people to help recommend, and that's how I grew as a Twitch streamer, just through communicating with different streamers, hanging out in different streams. And this is really not what I expected, but you know, like, if I know that you're a streamer and you're in my chat, I shout you out. You know, like, we got to support each other, because it's really hard starting out as a small streamer. As a small streamer, when you're sitting at that 1 view, the 2 view count, like, that's the hardest part to break out of. And I know how it feels to have nobody watching you. It's kind of like, why am I streaming? Why am I doing this? You know, but like, you just got to keep a positive mindset. stream as if there are people watching you, even if there's only one view. Zero views is not an excuse, Dave. If you have 0 views, you can ask somebody in your family to make a Twitch account. Just open it, because that difference between 0 views and 1 view will push you up so much above that list, and that honestly helps so much. Even if you're at 1 view versus 0. So ask a friend to make an account. Just open a lurk for you. 1 or 2 friends. It makes a big difference.
It does.
So we, like I know I've grown a lot in the last few months, and I'm super blessed. So thank you guys for helping me with those lurks and the views and the shout outs. I really do appreciate it, because honestly, like sometimes I think about it, I actually cried a couple of times because it was very heartwarming, like it just to see the positive energy. And you guys all know I'm a huge crybaby. I'm such a big crybaby when it comes to stuff like this. And actually I wanted to tell you, I didn't tell you this, Ash. I just hit the benchmark for being able to apply for a partner. So I'm super stoked about that.
Well done.
I know people,
jeez.
And thank you guys in the community for that. When I saw that message on my Twitch dashboard, I actually cried. Like I really cried.
That is amazing. Oh wow, well done. That is the one. Well, shout out Wei again. If you haven't, definitely go follow Wei, especially before she becomes partner. Starts leaving us in the dust out here. Definitely.
It's all about the emote slots, though. Really, it's all about the emote slots.
That's literally it. So I was happy. I managed to get all mine. I think I was hit 50 at one point, and I was like, I was so happy to get. I think it's 6, isn't it? I think I've got the emote slots are actually the one, Rich. So I had like the emotes ready, like from the beginning, and then I was like, we have to unlock them. I was like, no.
Yeah, it's not.
To unlock them is the one. Let me close. I've got too many tabs open. Let me close this tab. There we go. But yeah, that's absolutely great. I love that. Love that. Well done. Well done. No, thank you very much first and foremost for coming by and come to say hi.
Of course, thanks for having me.
It's been an absolute pleasure. As I said, if you haven't already, please do everyone give away a follow. If you haven't already, do that. Check her out, and her Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff is linked on her Twitch page as well. So please do give her a quick follow. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on.
For sure, thank you for having me. It was an honor being on your page, Ash.
Oh no, thank you.
on your Twitch stream. First ever interview on Twitch, actually.
Oh, well, there we go. That's it. Well, hopefully, we are back again on Wednesday with another streamer. So if people do want to come by, so I'm trying to do it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. BST time. So if you do want to come by and come say hi, you've got every opportunity to come and do that. But
amazing.
Thank you very much, Ray. Let's see who.
Thanks for spreading the love. Yep.
No, it's all good. Oh yeah, I love that, Richie. But I think what we're going to do now is raid someone else. Actually, do you have a suggestion of who we can raid and who we can go and say hi to?
See who's in the community right now streaming.
Instead of me saying
on my list. Actually, not too many people on my list are streaming right now. Do you have anybody that you were thinking?
No one. There's some people, but I'd say if you've got someone, I'd say we can come say hi to you, or someone that you might be following. If you've got someone, if not, we can.
Not somebody at the moment. No.
All right, then we can. So there is someone who is streaming who's a friend, is Kukira. So we can go over and say hi to her.
Perfect.
I think he's streaming a game, so let's start this raid. But I think let's go over and say hi to her. Let's send her a bit of love, positivity, a bit of support. And so to say thank you all very, very much for coming through.
Thank you, everybody.
Much love to all of you. Go in, let's say hi, let's keep the positivity up. I'll join the chat in a second. I'll just finish off with the way afterwards. I'll come say hi in the chat. Thank you all very much. Much love, much appreciation.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. And then let's head over. And I think that is that. Let me just click end stream.
Oh yeah. Thank you for that. That was actually very wholesome.